I have had gut issues since I was a child. I had stomach aches almost every single day. And at some point in time, people would think that I was faking it or not telling the truth because it just seemed like it was happening too often. And that for me was super upsetting because it felt like I wasn't being heard, I wasn't being validated for the pain that I was experiencing, and I had to suffer silently. I suffered from bloating on and off, switching between diarrhea, constipation, lots of stomach pain, and the stomach pain would begin as soon as I was finished eating. I knew about SIBO, I just didn't think I had it because I had had such a clean diet for so long. I didn't understand the correlation between perimenopause and SIBO and the gut until I started working with a functional practitioner who wanted to test me for SIBO. It turned out I had extreme levels of SIBO. My functional practitioner mentioned doing an elemental diet. When I looked into the elemental diet, I was like, hell no, that looks disgusting. But then another friend of mine mentioned mBIOTA. She had done mBIOTA and swore that it would taste better than a traditional elemental diet, so I went with that. I have a lot of experience with fasting, and so mBIOTA wasn't that challenging for me. However, I will say that the moment I started feeling better, like by day 3 or 4, I realized just the potency of the actual diet, and it became much easier to stick to. You don't realize how uncomfortable you are until you start to feel more comfortable. And that's what happens when you're on mBIOTA. You start to realize just how prevalent the discomfort was, and you start to experience what it's like to live without stomach aches. The other thing I loved about mBIOTA is I could work out every day while on the diet, which is different. When you're water fasting, you don't have as much energy, but with mBIOTA, as long as I had my shake in hand, I could go to the gym. And I feel amazing. I have no stomach aches, I have tons of energy, which is really great. All I can say is I feel a lot better than I used to. I feel like the inflammation is gone, my face looks different, my body feels different, clothes are fitting different. Even the inflammation in my hands have gone down. I'm excited to go eat a lot of restaurants. I'm excited to socialize more, be the foodie that I once was, have more fun without worrying about when my stomach ache is gonna kick in. There's a sense of liberation that comes knowing that my body is now working for me and not against me. You start to experience life on a whole new level, and mBIOTA can help you get there.